Hey, what is up, you Rainbow Royalty? I am Ace Explains, and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about some gender-neutral family terms. So this is going to be pretty interesting because we obviously know that there are some obvious gender-neutral family terms such as parent, but there are some specific ones, especially for terms like aunt and uncle, where we're just like, well, what do we do? Help me. So this video is going to be explaining a gender-neutral term, actually several, for that and other things that you wouldn't have thought of. And I want to say that I don't expect you to memorize all of these. Nobody is going to have all of these memorized, and I'm not even explaining all of the terms that you can use for these. So I'm going to have a link in the description that is going to send you to all different types of terms that you can use for each category, such as your parents or kids, things like that. So let's begin with mom or dad. So, as I said before, parent is a great term and a term that a lot of people know, but there are a lot more terms as well. So one of them is pair or par, which is just a shortened version of parent. And alongside that, there is also ren or rennie, which also is a shortened version of parent and kind of functions more as like mom or dad in the fact that it's rennie, like that. There's some other ones, such as zaza, which kind of works like mama or papa, and zither, which, yes, it's a musical instrument, awesome, but it also can work as mother and father in that case. Now, another interesting one, it kind of mixes the two together, so you have like mappa or pama, so that just mixes like mama and papa together to make it like a gender neutral, but also it can be like if your parent is bi-gender, then it can work fabulously for that. So, on to siblings. So, you have your sister and you have your brother. Obviously, like I just said, sibling. Great term. Term we all know, or should know probably. Another one that could work, which is also a shortened version, just like how in parent we had pair, in sibling we have sib. So that works as a nice gender-neutral term for sibling, and it's more informal than saying, yes, my sibling, you just say my sib. So for aunt and uncle, like I said before, that's something none of us really know what to say. And one of them is pibling. So that's a combination of parent and sibling, so it's literally you're saying your parent's sibling, just in one word, so pibling. And another one, which combines the word aunt and uncle together, is ankle. So you could refer to your pibling as ankle, which I think is really funny. Obviously, it's not spelled ankle, but it's pretty close. And another one, which I think it sounds like the most fun, besides ankle, which is pretty fun, is auntie. So it's kind of like saying auntie in a way, but it combines uncle and auntie together. Now, on to niece or nephew. What do you call them? Well, one of the things you could call them is chibling. So it combines child and sibling, so it's the child of your sibling. Another one is nibbling, so that just literally combines what would be niece or nephew into sibling to a gender-neutral term. And sibkid. Sibkid, sibling, kid. The kid of your sibling. Works perfectly. So what about kids of your own? Well, daughter or son, obviously. What I just said, kid or child, works very well. You could also say offspring, although that's very formal. I don't know how many people go around saying, ah, yes, I have 3 offspring. But that does work. Another one is sprog, so that's like an informal version of saying your kid. Or you could say oldest or youngest, so you don't really have to say a gender. Now, what about grandma and grandpa? Well, grandparent is a great term for that. There's also grandwa, which is like a term for grandma and grandpa. And then finally, which I think is the most fun, is grandy. So it's just kind of like a shortened version of grandparent. And then for granddaughter, grandson, grandchild, or grandkid. So those are all the family gender neutral terms that I have for you guys. Obviously, there's going to be a link in the description that tells you a ton of different other options for those as well. And I'm going to probably be making a part 2 to this video, which talks about other gender neutral terms, such as for people you are dating, or for different roles people have that aren't really gender neutral, but there is a term for them that I will tell you about in the second part. The last thing I want to leave you guys with is that you don't have to memorize all these terms. Nobody is going to expect you to remember them all. That would be insanely difficult. But it's just good to have it in the back of your mind in case you ever need it. So I will be making a part 2 to this video sometime, which will go over the rest of the things. Obviously, I'm not going to list everything, but it's just going to be different categories, and I'm just going to list a couple of them that you can use. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.